Hi everyone, welcome back. I have so many topics and so many videos to put up, to make and to put up that it's kind of hard where to start. I've been away for a few days. I had a family issue I needed to take care of. I had to travel away, but I've returned and thank you for your comments by the way. While I was away, I wasn't able to make any videos, but I was able to read your comments and answer to many of you. I did get a few emails. I also appreciate the emails. And on one of the emails that I received, it was someone, I think, trying to get me in the Trump train. And it kind of made me laugh because the last person in this world that you will ever get on the Trump train is me. I know the guy. I grew up in New York. I know him. I don't know if I give the impression that I'm gullible or that I'm easily convinced. I I am not either one. And if I gave you that impression, then you were off on your intuition. I am going to do a reading on Trump actually now, a tarot reading to start. So I just want to tell this person that wrote to me. I think because my predictions or my readings are so detailed and have been proven accurate that I think some of the people on the Trump train are trying to get me to do readings for them on how great Trump is and his family. And to those people, I mean, I understand the amount of information that you have is how you assess your thoughts and come up with your conclusions. I know that Trump, I'll start off with his father. His father was afraid that when he died, Trump would take over his money and not want to split the inheritance with his other children. And so Trump's father took precaution and he hired a lawyer to make sure that Trump would not take all his money and leave all his siblings out of the will. He beat up his wife, Ivanka. This is not hearsay. There are court documents and police reports where he beat up Ivanka when they were married to a pulp and then destroyed her apartment. And she filed a police report. The police went there and they saw how he wrecked the apartment. And she filed a police report. But in the settlement for the divorce, he had her retract that in order to give her $14 million. And those court documents are sealed. If you remember that phone call that Michael Cohen uh, recorded, Trump asked him, "What about Ivana and I's divorce documents?" And then Cohen said, "No, don't worry about that. They can't get to that. That's sealed." So, and for a guy that to claim that he's a billionaire and to only give her $14 million, right there you could tell that he's not a billionaire as he claims. The other thing is, not that long ago, it was this one. I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently he said when Don Jr. had his last couple kids, apparently he said, and pardon my language, but this is what they say that Trump said, "Why do I have to go see Don Jr.'s fucking kids? Why does he have so many fucking kids? Why do I have to keep going to the hospital to look at his kids?" It's about his grandchildren, okay? And I know for sure that in New Jersey, they were some mom and pop companies that he put out of business. And one of them was a company founded by an immigrant who had a family business, and he had his sons working there and his grandkids working there, and he hired many people, and they used to do windows sightings and door sightings, and Trump hired them to work on his hotel, Trump Plaza, I think, down in Atlantic City. He hired them to go and put up all the sightings, and they thought they had a great contract, but Trump told them that they had to pay for it and then he would pay them later as part through a contractor. So they did do that. Don't ever do that, you guys. Don't ever do that. If you have a company, make sure you get people to pay you for the equipment up front and contractors to pay you up front for any anything like that you have to buy that you're on the line for. So they did do that, and then Trump didn't pay them. He put them out of business, and the father, an elderly gentleman, he died of a heart attack. The son ended up suing Trump, and he was only able to get 30% of what Trump owed him. And they went out of business. The other thing was, I think back in the 80s and 90s or something like that, Trump hired over 100 undocumented Polish immigrants to build Trump Tower. So Trump Tower is basically built on the backs of immigrants. And he hired them undocumented. They were there illegal and they were working off the books. And he agreed to pay them $4 an hour, okay, for their work. And he stiffed them even $4 an hour. He didn't want to pay them. Meanwhile, the American workers were getting $12 to $14 per hour. So he basically had these poor Polish immigrants work their butt off for free. Okay, they ended up suing him, and that settlement is sealed as well. Then you got Trump University. Okay, it's not a university, it was a bait and switch scheme. It wasn't an accredited university, but you still had to pay for college credit courses, but you would never get your degree because they were not accredited, and the teachers and the professors that Trump said were the best in the business weren't even accredited teachers. They had no degree, they weren't qualified, and most of them were like managers at restaurants. Okay, and so he had these people pay thousands and thousands of dollars, and then at the end, there was no degree for them, and he even had a playbook for single mothers. He said, Trump University, this is the only way to succeed, and if you want to be a successful person, come with us. We're the best, and da da da. You know him. So when the mothers said, "Oh, I can't afford this course," he had a playbook for the salespeople. Basically, you had to convince them, if you want success, you have to pay. And so these poor single mothers, that money that they could have put food on the table of their kids, he wanted them to spend it on his unaccredited bait and switch scheme of university. Don't even get me started on the guy. Okay, this is for the people trying to convince me that Trump is great. And then you have the Aberdeen golf course up in Scotland. Guys, for you people that are familiar with this in the UK, do I need say more? He tried to get people's land, and he tried to pay them penny on the dollars. And when that didn't work, okay, he filed a complaint with the government, asking the government to confiscate their land, claiming that they were in poor condition and they were dumps and dirty. He called those people pigs and nasty and disgusting, all these things. Okay, and when that didn't work, he took mounds from his golf course from the land, and he put it in front of their homes to block the view of the beach and the ocean and to lower their property value. And he destroyed the ecosystem there. They had some sort of delicate ecosystem that scientists were studying in that area, and he did away with that. And he basically promised, he seduced the Scottish Parliament. He seduced them by saying that he was going to give them 6,000 jobs in that area, that he was going to create 6,000 jobs. You know how many jobs the guy created? 150. 150. He scammed the Scottish Parliament, and a lot of them came forward and said, yeah, we were had. Yeah, we were tricked. This guy's a liar. He scammed us. Okay? So when I have people telling me that Trump is the greatest, blah, 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 don't even try it. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time, you guys. Do not waste your time. Oh, and not to mention the farmers here that he tricked. You should look it up. The American farmers are pissed at him. He's basically run their business to the ground, their farms. Woo. Don't get me started. So my reading is going to be, will Trump pay for all his crimes here on this earth? Will the justice system make him pay for all his crimes here on earth? And this is my last shuffle. I had already shuffled the card mostly. Will Donald Trump pay for his crimes here on earth? Okay, so I see that they're working on that now. This is letters, documents upside down. Okay, he's worried. Yeah, they're trying to get him arrested. They are trying. Will Donald Trump pay for his crimes here on Earth? New crimes are going to come forward. And I know that from my ratings. More crimes, even bigger crimes, are going to come forward. This is what he has to work with. He will be depleted in his energies to fight. This is in the recent past. His home, happy home. This is in the close upcoming future. Ooh, people are going to rat him out. More people testifying against him. More people coming forward. This is him. His felicity upside down. His environment. Lawyers upon lawyers and people to do with the law. Hopes and fears. Queen of Wands. So he's looking for a woman to get him out. And what will come? The Empress. I don't think so, guys. Well, I will say this. Even though he may come out clean, actually, you know what? Hey, sweetheart. Hey, baby. I know. Baby. What are you doing? What are you doing? In the Rider Waite, the Empress, like this, could also mean clandestine. I know you probably never heard of this, but if you do buy the cards and look at the manual, the little booklet, the instructional, the Empress sometimes reads as clandestine dealings. Clandestine dealings. So yeah, so what I get from this, honestly, you guys, he's going to have a tortured existence. He will always be in and out of courts, problems with the law. His tranquil, great life is over. He will now be looked down upon, and people will come forward and, hey, got my cat trying to get up him. People coming forward, anything he does, anything they know about him, they will bring to light. And, ooh, hang on, lady. Come here. Come here. No, Mama. Big. Hi, little. Come on, sweetie. Come down. Come down, little girl. Come down. No? Oh, you put your little booty there. Come on, little. Treats. Come on. Give me a tea. Come on, little girl. Oh my, should I do the reading with you on here? So yeah, so, you know, the Empress, everything will come forward. Everything will be brought to light. Almost everything he's done. So basically, you may live in infamy. Come on, little girl. Come on. Don't be mad. Ow, I know. Come on. Good girl. Oh, sweet little. But I will say this, you guys. I will say this. I did a cup on Jair Bolsonaro. I don't know if you can look back at my videos. In there, I saw Trump's dying. His death. It seemed to me like natural causes. It didn't seem like, thank goodness that no one is going to try to do anything to him. It seemed more like a natural causes kind of thing, some sort of degeneration. And I saw him dying, and Baron is still a kid. He's not a man. And I think Baron is either 12 or 13. So 5 years from now, Baron's going to be an adult. And I don't, maybe it's 5 years, but I estimated more like 3 to 5 years that his death. We will hear about his death. So yeah, I did see that. So it may not be enough time to convict him and make him pay. You know, he has a lot of powerful friends that he's helped. You know how some dictators are killed? Some dictators in some countries are killed, and they usually are taken out by the people closest to them that they trust, because he treats, or the dictator treats, those people disparagingly, and they get no benefit from him or her. But the dictators that do take care of the people around them, like Fidel Castro, those people won't take him out. They will protect him. So Trump, from that we can tell, he takes very good care of his friends. So, but I see, you know, he's an elderly gentleman, and not everyone is lucky enough to be 90 to 100 years old. There are some. I have an uncle who's 98, and he still drinks beer on the weekends, and he dances. He's fine. He goes everywhere. So, you know, that doesn't mean that because you're in your 70s that anything's going to happen to you, but he doesn't seem to take the best care of himself. He has Alzheimer's in his family. That's what his father passed away from. So we can safely assume, without even reading the cup or the tarots or anything, that, you know, these are things that may happen to him. But on that Jair Bolsonaro cup that I did, I saw Trump's passing on that cup. So then that's my current reading on Donald Trump.